I love.
Hey, why do you have such a bad mood?
It's so many things, love, that I'd really rather not get into right now. I'm trying to work on my weekly wave, just getting it up.
Okay.
What time are you gonna be up till night?
I guess like 9.
Okay. Hopefully I finish things up by then.
How long do you plan on having them?
How do I plan on having the weekly wave?
Yeah.
It should run for at least an hour. So I'm starting at 8. If you could stay up for me, I'd love that. But if you can't, I understand.
Yeah.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye. Bye, babe.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear that? I think we're good to go this time, okay? And if we're not, let's just pretend like it went great and tell all your friends to tune in next week. Because honestly, I don't know what the problem is then. But I did everything I could, including pray a little bit, and it seems like we got things back online. So thank you for that. Thank you for tuning back in. Welcome to the Weekly Wave! I hope you had a groovy week. Happy Tuesday. It is early, so you can change that if you weren't feeling it. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I have a wonderful musical guest in my brother Nick Hack. I have some wonderful clips to show you, some new tunes, and a couple technical difficulty tricks I learned how to show you. What up, what up? All right, let's hop straight into it. You know what time it is. You know what we're going to do. It's time to keep it in the loop. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the loop for the week. Thank God I got 3 tries at it, because that felt like a lot more productive of a version than the first one, that's for sure. Well, like I said, I was really blessed to have my good friend, one of the best drummers in the city of Cincinnati, maybe the Midwest, and just an overall good dude on the program this week. My musical guest, you might know him and love him, Mr. Nicholas Hackless on the drum kit. Let's see if you can dig a little bit of this week's You Drunk My Battleship. And let it be known, I lost this game. And I ended up having to drink a fair amount. Okay. Sorry, Mom and Dad. Love you. Nick Hack. Welcome to the Weekly Wave, brother. How you feeling?
What's up? Feeling good.
Well, you're about to get your ass handed to you in a sweet game of Battleship. Let it be known that the inception of You Drunk My Battleship has come from many nights in quarantine of Nick and I going back in heated battles with a lot of hateful things being said. But that's not what's important. What's important is you can see the screen, you know the rules, and it's time to serve up some ass whooping. All right, let's let it roll. Now, as we play, of course, I have a few questions from my brother Nick Hack on the drum kit. The first one being, what are you drinking tonight, brother?
I'm drinking the beer that none of my friends like. Me right here.
The sweetest summer shandy. Shots fired. Nothing found. All right, Nick. First question. When did you decide to be a drummer?
When I was 10. No, 11.
Okay.
And I signed up for 6th grade band. Yo, that's a hit, sir.
I'm
Mhm.
drinking, sir. So 6th grade.
Yeah, 6th grade band.
Okay. What would you say is your favorite drummer joke?
I got a new one because Anne-Marie told me a new one. She said, you got to make sure the riser is straight so that drool comes out both sides of the drummer.
What's the worst gear malfunction you've ever had during a gig?
Let me think. Probably, it's either the only two bad things that ever happened to me are either like when I had an older bass drum pedal, it would fall apart every once in a while. Just like all that stuff would just come loose on it really easily. So it would fall apart, and then I'd be like, great, this sucks. Now I gotta fix that in the 5 seconds before the next song starts.
Nick, what's your favorite band you've ever opened for?
That's hard because most of the bands I've opened for have been local, but like, yeah. And it's just hard because I love all the bands around here. Most of them. I love all the bands around here. So
Most of them. No, I like all.
No, I do.
You heard that, most of y'all. There's a couple of you that Nick Hackett doesn't like.
Sorry, that was the wrong way to say that.
I found you. Continue. I'm sorry.
But the coolest, I think, like I got to open for Little River Band not too long ago, and I really, really enjoyed that.
That set was sweet looking, dude.
Yeah, it was cool.
Oh, I found his dinghy, ladies and gentlemen. What kind of shot is Nick Hack going to take this evening?
Fireball.
Fireball. I saw Nick drinking this on his birthday, and it was a beautiful Zoom call during this quarantine with like 15 of Nick Hack's closest friends. And Nick walks out of the room for probably 2 minutes, and in walks his father, who sits down at his chair, says what's up, and takes 2 quick pulls of this Fireball and walks out. And Nick didn't know for like a week after that, okay? It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
It was his Fireball, so.
Okay, fair enough.
Not make it in time to get to the liquor store.
Big
He told
facts.
me, he's like, we got Fireball down there.
Is that a Jägermeister glass?
No, this is a glass that I got. It says Illuminate. I got this. I played at the Illuminate Christmas show at River Hills Christian Church in Loveland.
Okay.
I was the little.
And they gave out
drummer.
shot glasses?
Yeah.
The church gave out shot glasses.
Yeah.
That's one way to get the spirit. All right.
Oh
Cheers.
yeah, I'll drink that. Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Here's to hopefully a safe reopening. Yeah.
Bang, bang. That's what we're talking about. Because we got to get back on tour. You may not know this, but Matt Waters and the rest of you had a lot of tour dates that got canceled, unfortunately, during this. But we do have a couple that seem like they are salvageable. I'm not going to speak of them until I know more, but we may have some fun dates popping up pretty soon. All right, Nick. As I sink your next battleship, I would love to know, do you prefer indoor gigs or outdoor gigs? Damn it.
Outdoor gigs. Outdoor
Why?
It's just free, man. I can play louder. I don't have to watch my volume quite as much, depending on like the event. But like, if we're playing, gotcha.
Oh,
If we're
no.
playing music that's like sounds better loud, then I do appreciate outdoor gigs.
What is the best Star Wars movie?
Oh man, heavy hitter. And he left. Okay, let's think about this. So I hate the first one. The second one is close to me because when I started watching Star Wars, that's the one that I was like at the age where I liked Star Wars. That was the one I really got into. I followed like really liked 3 after that, and then I went and watched the originals, and 4 was good. 5 was great. Everyone loves 5, but I was really stoked about 6. Return of the Jedi. I really liked that one. Just like how it just concluded the whole thing, especially since I started with Phantom Menace. It just concluded the whole, like I got closure on that. And then I'm like in the middle of this whole thing.
Please, no, just keep going. I'm gonna shotgun this thing out of respect.
But then it had been so long since we had that Skywalker saga. So number 7, I just really loved because it was continuing the Star Wars thing. And number 8, I really loved because it continued. I didn't like how they tried to, I don't know, cut some loose ends in number 8, but I really enjoyed it. It was a great movie. And 9 was also a really great movie, and it made me feel pretty good about it. And I felt like they went in an original way that wasn't going to, I don't know, be cliche. So I feel like in some aspects, anyway, I got off topic. You asked a simple question, and my answer is probably, it's probably, oh no, I forgot about this. It's Rogue One. Rogue One's my favorite. Rogue One's definitely my favorite.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. Nick Hack's favorite Star Wars movie is Rogue One. I unfortunately have taken a devastating loss. But if there was going to be one final question of the evening, it would be, should Anakin have killed Count Dooku?
Yeah, man, that dude was bad news. Of course you kill that guy.
I agree with that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. This is Waters Weekly Wave. Stay tuned for a nice jam session with my brother Nick Hack on the drum kit every single night of your life. Take care.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Nick Hack's favorite Star Wars movie is Rogue One, and he has an awful lot of trash talk about the other movies in the series, but I left that up to him. Also, that was a pretty devastating loss. Forewarning to anyone that comes on the show next week, you will be whooped for what Nick Hack did to me, okay? As much as I did enjoy those beverages, the shotgun at the end was less than savory. So, to show you a little bit more of the loving, tender, caring side of Nick Hack and my relationship, I would like to play for you this week's Groovy Collab with my brother Nick Hack, not only on the drum kit, but playing a little bass. Let's see what you think, y'all. And as you can probably read on the side, Nick Hack would like to wish you a very happy Tuesday. And he also would like to say, I like'a do da cha-cha. That's a direct quote from Nick Hack. Now, for this next scene, I would like to welcome you guys into a few segments for this week that we'd like to call, How Did He Do That? Now, this first scene, you may see what looks like a balloon in a bunch of creepy-ass spider webs. I don't know what's going on here, but he'll pop the balloon, and he's slowly going to see this thing demerge, and that turns into this bizarre sphere again. How did he do that? On to our next video. This is crazy. I've done a lot of things with sprinkles in my life, but none of them have ever been as cool as this. I think my mother and sister can both attest to that. Sprinkles are the devil unless used in this context, which is pretty freaking sweet. I think those are Jack Daniels bottles, which is the only way you come up with an idea like that. But I'll leave that up to him. I bet his TikTok is blowing up because of this one. How did he do that? All right, on to the last video of the week. So this looks like an average painter to me, but then it turns into a total mind doozy. I don't know what's going on, but mentally I'm messed up because of this video. I quite enjoy the fact that they had so many people walk into this wall, but I wonder how they got that image up there, and I do plan on painting some friends as a poor recreation as this TikTok. If they'll let me. I don't know if I can put that on anybody. Puts up the sign again, comes around the corner, and what do you see? What do you do? This guy's about to walk straight through. No, that's not the way we're going to do it. He was awfully confrontational about that. I don't know why. But shout out to my brother Detour, Jordan Dettori, for contributing this week's videos. That dude is the man. And TikTok is a weird world, so make sure if you're spending any time on TikTok, you're limiting your time so you don't get sucked into the whirlpool. Back to our regular scheduled programming. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping back in on this week's Weekly Wave. I know it was a mess at first, and that just comes with trying to make some upgrades and not really knowing what I'm doing. I'm just plugging in cables and hoping for the best. And it seems like we got a pretty good setup now, so I'd like to again thank my brother Nick Hack, our musical guest, for doing so many wonderful things for me, including coming on the show this week and making sure I drank all that tequila. I would like to welcome you guys into one of my favorite segments that we're doing with this show, which is Fresh Tunes. So let me play you something. This is not a song I wrote this week. This is a song I wrote last week, and I put a fair amount of time into, just refining it, putting it in a better place, making sure that my message that I initially came in with it was actually portrayed. So I hope you dig it. This one's called Jane and Jack. I got aches and pains all over me. They ain't leaving so. The dark as the light, the day as the night, the sun has the moon. I got worries about the rest of this, what I make of my life. Ain't got me a job, don't own me a home, still haven't been my wife. Today came with the chance for changes. I guess the changing is up to me. My first choice between safe and dangerous, to follow my face and see. Home alone with some Jane and some Jack, the sweetest of company. Mistakes I've made, oh what has made man they've come to say. I don't need the spotless reputation to be a man I'm proud to be. So what if some Jane and some Jack, they the only friends I need. Now got me some exes, they don't like me much. This ain't from the love, this wild feeling blood. Those women are tough. I've lost at the table, I picked a black instead of red. Life is a gamble, burn both ends of the candle. We're all poor and we're dead. Today I woke up with a taste of last night. Tastes like a bad dream. Putting down with the hair and the dog. Yesterday, what it has on me. Oh, I'm begging to know. Home alone with some Jane and some Jack, the sweetest of company. The mistakes I've made, what has made me the man they've come to see. I don't need a spotless reputation to be a man I'm proud to be. So what if some Jane and some Jack are the only friends I need? So what if some Jane and some Jack are the only friends I need? Home alone with some Jane and some Jack, the sweetest of company. The mistakes I've made, what has made me the man they come to see. I don't need a spotless reputation to be a man I'm proud to be. So what if some Jane and some Jack are the only friends I need? So what if some Jane and some Jack are the only friends I need? And that's a brand new one of mine, y'all, called Jane and Jack. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, it's been an incredible time to learn what's on my mind and to process those things and to put them into songs that, you know, it feels amazing to share those kind of moments. I think we've all had our painful mornings in quarantine where there's a lot of questions about the future, the ifs, ands, or buts about the whole thing. And when it comes down to it, I think there's just there's a new world we live in, and that's today. And there's no point in trying to grab things you want from tomorrow. The only thing you can do is find out what today truly has to offer and to move into that. And I feel a whole lot of that in my own life, but I'm really thankful for a couple of individuals, including my parents, my friends, my girlfriend, all the people that take such good care of me when I can be down, confused, or worried about the world. So that's the fresh tune of the week. Again, that one is called Jane and Jack. You are welcome to request that at my gigs, next week's live stream, whenever you want to hear it again. I'm holding off on releasing music for a little while, and I think there should be a lot of things coming your way in time. But this next segment is a very important one. This is this week's request. Now, without the request, there wouldn't be a lot of interaction with y'all, so I'm very thankful to be able to pick your mind about some songs you enjoy and to play those tunes for you As always, tips are greatly appreciated. You can send them through Venmo, Cash App, or Spotify during COVID. And big shout out to our friends over at Fishbowl at the Banks, DJ Saab, Danny, and Zach, who have been so good to me for my entire career about giving me a place to play, giving me people to play for. So we're going to be giving away a gift card to the Fishbowl for $20. That'll get you in there any Wednesday night that you can find me from 10 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. You'll find me playing as soon as all this craziness settles down. So let's get into our first request for the week. These were picked off my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. So if you put a song on there, you are in the running for the giveaway. So we're going to hop into our first request of the week. This one comes from the wonderful Shelby, one of my best friends. I tried not to be biased when picking these, but it's kind of hard when she picks a song that's so near and dear to my heart. If you don't know My Chemical Romance, you are missing out on a whole lot of pop punk and a whole lot of guy liner, okay? So let's put it on, make sure we don't cry so it doesn't run, and hop into our first request of the week. This is Teenagers, y'all. There was a point in time where I was probably 17, and I was playing a country club. And this room is just full of, folks over the age of 50. Nothing against them. I'm just saying that's the country club clientele. But there was one probably 15, 16-year-old girl. And when I asked for a request, she said she wanted Teenagers. So Shelby, thanks for taking me back to our weird pop punk exchange. Then gonna clean up your lungs with all the lies and the bugs and make a citizen out of you. Because they sleep with a gun and keep an eye on your son so they can watch all the things you do. Because the drugs never work, I'm gonna give you a smirk, cause they got methods in keeping you clean. They're gonna rip off your hands, your aspirations for stress, another cog in the murder machine. They said, oh, teenagers scared from living shit out of me. They can kill us as long as someone will be. So tucking your clothes and striking violent pose. Believe you alone, not me. The boys and girls in the clique, they offer names at the sing. You're never gonna fit in much key. But when you're troubled and hurt, what you got under your shirt, who make them pay for the things that they did? They said, oh, teenagers scared from living shit out of me. They could kill less as long as someone will play. So tucking your clothes, I'll strike a violent pose. Believe you will know that I said, oh, teenagers scared the living shit out of me. They can get less as long as someone won't bleed. So tucking your clothes and strike a violent pose. Maybe you'll leave you alone, but not me. That is some My Chemical Romance for one of my favorite people in the world, Shelby Price. Love you. All right, y'all, let's hop into our next request. Another dear loved one of mine. So it definitely feels biased this week, but hey, if you didn't make good enough requests, you didn't make good enough requests, and that's the cold, hard facts. And this is a cold, hard White Claw. You know what I mean? Very solid, very nice object, beautiful aluminum. Mango, if you're wondering. All right. So this one comes from my darling. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my dar. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to break into that at least once in my life, and I feel satisfied. Never again. This is a song called Raging from Kygo. I learned this for a long time ago, and I forgot it entirely. In 15 minutes before this episode, I had to scramble to relearn this damn thing, but we're going to do it. Hope you dig it. standing in the cold and frozen wind. I'm leaving you behind, but it's not the end. No, no, no. Walking on a plane as I hold my breath. It's gonna be weeks till I breathe again. And no, no, no. I know that you hate it just as much as you. If you can brave it out for you. Call me anytime that you see the light, and don't be alone. You can always find me. We got a wild love, raging, lost among a million changing faces, and beyond our trading places. We got a wild love, raging, raging. Checking in a hotel loneliness, it's not what I've been used to, I confess. To wake up 3 times a night, talking to strangers, nothing new. She knows how to smile, but not like you. So wait for you all night. I know that you hate it just as much as you. If you can brave it on for you. Call me anytime that you see the light, and don't be alone. Now you can always find me. We got a wild love, raging, raging. Lost a million changing faces. Every day watch keep trading places. We got a wild love, raging, raging. Time that you see the lightning, don't be alone. Now you can always find me. We got a wild love, raging, raging. Holding on the wind with you forever. Holding on to us for worse and better. We got a wild love, raging, raging. Well, there you have it, y'all. That is Kygo's Raging for M. All right, and our last request for the week comes from the beautiful, the elegant Jordan Dettori, one of my favorite people in the world. And him requesting this is so special for me because when Jordan and I first got to know each other about 1.5 years ago. And just so you know, Jordan is my tour manager. Jordan and I spent 23 days in a minivan together. So if you don't know how to get close to someone that's in your life, try that. It's a pretty weird experience, and I would definitely recommend to a friend. But when Jordan first came to Cincinnati from Boston, I was playing at the Tin Roof on a Thursday night with my band, and he walks in with my homies and says, I want to hear The Park. And up until that point, no one had requested this song, and that doesn't bother me. You know, it's interesting to find out what people like. But for him to come in and not only love this song, but know every word to it and bump as hard as he did, made me feel like regardless how many bad days I can have in this, that reaction and that kind of connection with a friend or any individual who listens to the songs that I write and the songs I play, that makes it worth it. So I love you, brother. I hope you all enjoy this. Make sure you find it on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Rhapsody. You can find it on YouTube. I can send it to you in the mail. I don't really care. This one's called The Park. Small black fence, ceiling in a cut of green where the grass is trimmed beneath the cold cotton concrete caps in the sky. The smell of sweet cinnamon sounds of the Southern Caribbean. Take a look and see everyone to know you never know. Businessmen take off their shoes with broken come to keep their blues. When the uptight come to twist into cause they recognize we're going down to the park. Going down to the park. We're down to the park to be with the best friends I've never met. We're down to the park, down to the park, down to the park to be with the best friends I've never met. I hear the words from around the world, I hear the songs from the bees to the birds, I hear the laughter, the boys and girls on and through, nothing to lose. To my right, a man takes off his hat. To my left, and don't got tells the facts. But I sit back and relax, watch the world run around me. Businessmen take off their shoes, but broken come to kick their blues. When the uptight come to twist into cause they recognize we're down to the park. We're down to the park. Down to the park to be with the best friends I've never met. We're down to the park, down to the park, down to the park to be with the best friend I've never met. Oh, what didn't do before? Something you can't ignore. What didn't do before? Something you can't ignore. We're down to the park. We're down to the park. Down to the park to be with the best friends I've never met. We're down to the park. Down to the park, go down to the park to be with the best friends I've never met. Down to the park, down to the park to be with the best friends I've never met. That's the park for my brother Jordan. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Alright, y'all. Well, only 3 people submitted songs for this week's request hour, so that makes it a really easy chance to pull this giveaway. Only 3 names in the hat. Let's announce our winner right now. Our winner for the $20 gift card to Fishbowl at the Banks is going to be Emily Klump with Raging. So, thank you so much, y'all. I really appreciate you tuning in for this week's Weekly Wave. As usual, if you would like to follow me, make sure you do it over here. Over here. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you want it. I got it. We are also streaming on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Google Music. And if some dude's running a weird music platform out of his basement, I'm sure we can try to get on his programming. Special thanks to my brother Nick Hack for tuning in and being our musical guest for the week. Make sure you follow him and his array of projects. Nick plays not only with myself and Matt Waters in The Recipe, but he also plays with Voyager, Root Cellar Extract, El Ritmo del Mañana, and so many other amazing acts that you can find playing in Cincinnati locally, touring the Midwest with his other groups, and wherever you want him, you can probably get him as well. He's an easy guy to get in contact with because he loves the people, he loves to play for the people. And let's see, I'm going to read through the comments here and see if there's anything I missed in terms of requests that we would like to hear this week. With my current setup, I cannot read requests on the Facebook, so I'm just going to play a couple of extra songs because I feel like I owe y'all a little something for putting up with my technical difficulties this week. So, again, if you want a tip, it's certainly appreciated. This is my only revenue right now because I don't have my normal gigging. Our tours were canceled. So it's all greatly appreciated, and it just goes back towards making sure this music keeps happening and that we keep getting out there and playing for y'all. This is one of my favorites. This comes from the man and the stilettos, Prince. You don't have to be beautiful to turn me on. I just need your body, baby, from dusk to dawn. You don't need experience to turn me out. You just leave it all up to me. Gonna show you what it's all about. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to go bow. Ain't no particular side I'm looking compatible with. I just want your extra time and your kiss. You got to not talk dirty, baby. If you wanna impress me, nah, you can't be too flirty, mama. I know how to undress me. Now wanna be your fantasy. Maybe you could be mine. You just need it all up to me, and we could have a good time. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to go my world. Ain't no particular side I'm not compatible with. I just want your extra time and your kiss. I know you're sitting on your couch, but I want to see you dance. Ooh, shake that butt. However you got to. Yeah. So baby now, girl, sing for my world, sing for my world. I'm gonna have to be Dr. A, not your suicides. Maybe we can do the twirl. You don't have to watch Dynasty to have an attitude. You just need to hold on to me. Love can be your phone. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to go my world. You don't particular side I'm not compatible with. I just want your extra time and your kiss. Oh, that's some Prince, y'all. God, we miss him. You know, I spent the last 8 months of my life mainly just listening to Prince. And it's crazy how much one person's catalog can satisfy all your emotional needs. But his catalog does it. If I'm feeling angry, I got angry tunes. If I'm feeling funky, I definitely got funky tunes. And when I need a sad love song, Prince is the king. And Prince will always be the king. I want to again give a special shout out to my homies over at Fishbowl at the Banks. Those guys are super good to me. And I think they have an endless supply of Jägermeister. At least in my experience, I've tried to see the bottom of the barrel, and they have no bottom of the barrel in terms of Jaeger. I even brought friends. I brought my friends that can take it down, and we did not take it down. So kudos to them. As soon as this whole thing is opening back up, which I believe will have outdoor seating on May 15th and indoor seating on May 21st for all my local venues, Fishbowl at the Banks, the Cincinnati Tin Roof, Mount Lookout Tavern, who are all so good to me. Make sure you go out and support those people, patronize them, and let's run 2 or 3 more songs here. I'm gonna show you guys another new tune of mine that we're working on. This one's called "Nothing Gonna Change That." If I can find the lyrics, hold on. Everything's always a question mark, but why would you live any differently, yo? Found it. Aren't I lucky? And I'm going to dedicate this song to anyone that hasn't had the perfect Tuesday. I certainly haven't. You certainly haven't. It could have been a little bit better, but it could have been a whole lot worse. And we're going to keep living together, yo. This one is it's a bit of an apology letter. I don't know why the song ended up that way, but I hope you dig it. I also added a little bit of reverb to my vocal just because it makes it a little wet. All right. I'm not going to make any jokes about being wet. Maybe that was a joke about being wet. My bad. Did you get my message? I'm begging for you to come home. I'm sorry to be testing your limits. The sun has been setting. I'm staying up late till the morning, wondering if we're looking at the same moon. I question everything I did before you left. Well, I've been tripping over myself again. I never call you that again. I'll never treat you like that. And I'll never forget that you came back. You won't have to say it twice. You won't have to sing yes. I'm a new man and nothing gonna change that. You remember when I asked you, do you love me? You just smiled and said it's maybe. You always kept me thinking, forever on my toes, floating on wherever the wind blows. I gotta question everything I did before you left. Well, I've been tripping over myself again. I never call you that again. I'll never treat you like that. Yeah, I'll never forget that you came back. You won't have to say it twice. You won't have to say yes. I'm a new man and nothing's gonna change that. Trying to find another you, but none that compare to this crazy little woman of mine. The only thing I'm looking for is to try to get a little more attention, respect, whenever else need to get. Never call you that again. I'll never treat you like that. And I'll never forget that you came back. You won't have to say it twice. You won't have to sing yes. I'm a new man and nothing gonna it's gonna change right now. I never call you that again. I'll never treat you like that. And I'll never forget that you came back. You won't have to say it twice. You won't had to second guess. I'm an old man and nothing gonna change that. Alright, that one was called Nothing Gonna Change That. The fresh tune of the week was called Jane and Jack. And my name is Matt Waters. Thanks for tuning into the Weekly Wave, everybody. Shout out to Nick Hack on the drum kit for being the Weekly Wave musical guest. He did a wonderful job. He is always a pleasure to hang. Make sure you follow him and all of his projects online. And again, shout out to my homies over at Fishbowl at the Banks. I swear one day I'm going to know how to do this. Fishbowl at the Banks, one of the most wonderful establishments in Cincinnati, who does a great job at catering to their patrons, taking care of you, and making sure that the entertainment keeps going. So I'll be playing music back there on Wednesday nights from 10 p.m. to 1:30 as soon as all this gets resolved. Shout out to Emily Klump, who just won this gift card. I hope she enjoys it, and hopefully she'll be my date when she goes out there. So thanks for tuning in, y'all. I will see you next week, Tuesday at 7 p.m., for the third episode of Waters Weekly Wave. Have a wonderful week, everybody.